Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Stock Market Strategist for VectorVest. Glad to be here. Glad that you're here. Bernard, I've been looking at that QNCCF. I'm not feeling that just quite yet. I'm not feeling that. I saw somebody post that. I looked at the story. The story looked great, but I'm not feeling QNCCF just yet, Bernard. We'll take a look at it, and I'll explain to you why I'm not feeling the stock just quite yet. I do love the news, though. Don't get me wrong. I do love the news, but I'm not feeling the entry on that stock just quite yet. If you can hear me loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let me know that I am coming across loud and clear. I love that we've got people from all over the world. Niles is here from Denmark. That's a beautiful thing. Mark is here. There we go. So I love it when people give me information that's here, that you do know about. I always try to look into that information to see if we can get early entry on some of these moves. I'm looking at quantum stocks. I still think that quantum stocks are a trade more so than a long-term investment, even with the news with a big company like TSMC. So, well, JD is here today. Jerry, good to see you. Jerry and I go back like chiropractors. All right. So, me and him, he and I talk a lot on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. Should we now be on the front foot rather than being defensive, which you suggested a couple of days ago? I don't know. I still think that based on our color guard, I still think that on our color guard, I'm still going to be more, keeping my eyes. What is the hashtag I got going now? Hashtag vigilant. Somebody type it in the room. Type it in the room. Hashtag vigilant. I'm still going to be vigilant. We don't show a lot of what's going on with the color guard right now, because we reserve that for the people who are subscribers to the VectorVest software. You do know that we're running a special, www.vectorvest.com/YT. 99 cents, folks. 99 cents for a 30-day trial to the VectorVest software. You want to get all of the information, all of the guidance that VectorVest offers to our subscribers every night. 99 cents gets you 30-day access. And again, looking at our color guard, we still got a lot of yellow in the color guard. So I'm still on the side of being, maybe not as defensive, but vigilant. I'd be careful with the stocks that we own. Thank you, Joey. I'd be careful with the stocks that we own, and I'd be careful about loading up on new stocks right here. Tabula says trade by instinct. I ain't trading by instinct. I'm trading the charts. You know me, Tabula. I'm trading the chart, not the heart, not my instincts. You know something? Human instincts also can often lead you in the wrong direction. I'm not trading instinct. I'm trying to teach you guys how to trade the charts, not your heart. And that's what I'm looking at. Talking about trading the charts, we're going to get into all of the graphs for the major indices today, number one. Number two, big news today is that the courts knocked down President Trump's all-around tariffs, which is big. All right, and that's what's moving the market. What else is moving the market? Nvidia. Nvidia killed it. All right, Nvidia killed it, and the stock went up today. But I'm talking about trading the charts. Let's look at all the major indices. They're all up today, but they are coming off of their session highs. All right, talking about being defensive, talking about being vigilant. They're still all coming off of their highs. But why the market moving higher? The market's moving. I'm talking about that. Let's get into it. The market moving higher. Here's all of the main indices. We're looking at the Dow. We're looking at the S&P. We're looking at the NASDAQ. We're looking at the IWM. So we're talking about, should we be bullish? Tabula is asking in regards to being defensive. What's going on with the market? What's the Dow doing? Moving sideways. Where is it? Below a level of former support. It's now serving as a level of resistance. What else do we have going on? We got a closed candle, which means the open is lower. The price is currently lower than the open. Lower than the open. Even though it's higher than the prior day's close, we are still lower than the open. Looking at the S&P, sideways. I do like that it's above my 8 exponential moving average, but it is bouncing off support a few days off the high. The only thing that I really do like right now from a technical standpoint is the Qs. The Qs are hitting a new high today. Well, you got to look at Nvidia. You got to look at AMD. You got to look at a lot of the tech stocks that took its cue from the Nvidia beat. Semiconductors are on the rise, but still a closed candle, which means the price is lower than the open. And last but not least, we have the IWM. Can I move that over a little bit? I think I can. The IWM closed candle bouncing off support, still above the 8 exponential moving average, but off the highs. Now, Bernard says technicals do not always tell the tale, especially in microcaps. Full respect. And you know something? I always love your input. Never apologize for giving your input. I'm not telling everybody's got to agree with me on everything I say. I'd rather you give me your input. But the technicals do pave the way for a lot of different things that are going on, especially from buyers' demand. All right, the technicals will show where the buyers are. Now, the fundamentals will show long-term what's going on with the stock. All right, you know, we do have two camps of investors. We have the fundamentalists, and then we have the technicians. Who's right? Both of them. Depending on how you invest in the market, the technicals do give some insight, Bernard, on what buyers and sellers are doing. And from that perspective, we can get a sense as to what's going on, whether it's an indice like the Dow or the NASDAQ or an individual stock. So we pay attention to the both. If I'm long-term on a stock like a Palantir or Nvidia or AMD, I want to look at the fundamentals because the technicals can get me in and out. But if I'm short-term like JD is, like Jazz is, then I want to see what the buyers and the sellers are doing. So it all depends on what you're looking for in regards to that stock that you're investing in, or when we look at the market as a whole, what's going on. So I'm going to tell you, look at that. Nice move on the Dow, right now cooling off. Nice move on the spiders, right now cooling off. Still a continued nice move on the Qs, and looking at the IWM or Russell 2000, nice move on them, cooling off. Because of those things and because of what's going on in the news, especially when it comes down to tariffs, I'm still telling you to be vigilant. All right? Does everybody understand my little diatribe that I just went on? Just type a 1 in the room if you understand. Type a 2 if I just blew your mind and you don't know what the flying freak is just going on. All right? I want everybody to answer because I think this kind of commentary is extremely important as investors in the stock market when you come to a YouTube channel where you're trying to find out what's going on and how to make money in the market. We got to bring that value to you to keep you coming back to the channel. If you're brand new to the channel, I want to invite you right now to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you can stay updated on what's going on. Number one. Number two, if you're brand new to the software, again, I talked about a 99-cent trial for 30 days to the software. Now you're going to see a QR code on your screen. Take a moment. Take that trial if you're not on it. Some of you are still on the fence. Some of you still never chat in the room, but you're here. Maybe it's time to take the next step. 99 cents for 30 days. Take out your phone. Go to your camera app. When the camera comes up, set your camera on that QR code and click on it. 99 cents for a 30-day trial. Tweets seem to move the market today versus the technicals. Well, I'm looking for Akshay. Akshay is not here yet, probably. He's a big fan of tweets move the market. I'm going to let you know that a lot of the tweets and a lot of the responses to the tweets are overblown. People look at it and go, oh, and they go make decisions. I'm trying to just keep you looking at the charts. JD says technicals are moving the market. People are just ignoring them. I got the hiccups. Dang it. I hate when that happens. It's Joey's fault that I got the hiccups. I don't know why. I'm not sure, JD, if it's the technicals that are moving the market. I'm thinking it's just a response to what's going on in the market. Is that software open to overseas investors, Glenn? Paul, yeah. As long as, we either trade in your market, we have, we trade in the U.S., we trade in Canada, we trade in Australia, we trade Where else do we trade, Joey? Where else do we have the software? U.S., Canada, Australia. I don't think it's the UK anymore. Where's Susan, Joey? In EU. So we have EU. We do have EU. I think we have something else. Glenn, I'm here. Did you see last night market? iDow was up 600. It's tanking now because the administration is talking tariff thing to the Supreme Court, taking the Supreme. Listen, everybody knows, Akshay, that tariffs more so than tweets, tariffs are moving the news. All right. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The court, it wasn't the Supreme Court that struck down what the administration was doing. It was a trade court. It was a 3-person court that struck it down. So I put that all out there. Joey's is always the fall guy. Always. That's exactly how it is. All right, we're using weekly and 2-hour time frames. Right now, I'm looking at a 3-month graph on all of the indices. All right, so that's what's going on in the market. Some of the news that's going on in the market. We're going to look at more news in a second. To give us a sense, especially from a market timing perspective on all of the major indices, the only index that is still hitting new highs is the NASDAQ. All right. And I think that's being driven by the semiconductors. It's being driven by the semiconductors. Golden Child says, all I know is that the market is up and all my option calls are in the negative. That's interesting. That should not be, but I'm not sure what trades you're in and what stocks you're in. No surprise on the Supreme Court tariffs. U.S., Canada, EU, and Australia. Thank you, Ben. All right, thank you. If I had listened to VectorVest and Glenn, I would have been out on December 18th, confirmed down call, went up, never went up till May. There we go. I'm basically saying we're using weekly and 2-hour blocks. There we go. All right, let's get into some of the news that's going on. Let me open it up. Oh, crap. Where did I put it? There it is. Maybe. Nope, that's not it. Oops. Alt-tab. Where's my news, Joey? Oh, there it is. Breaking news. I don't know if you saw this. Breaking news. The Fed chair and the president met. All right, after all of this stuff went down, will there be a taco watch list? No, there's not. So I found out what taco meant. Trump always, what is it? I forgot what it meant. Trump always chickens out. That's what the taco is all about. Somebody mentioned that yesterday, and I was like, what the hell is taco? Trump always chickens out, which is, I've said on more than one occasion, there's 2 things right now that's lip service. One, the tariffs, because we put the tariffs on and then we pause them. All right. Number 2, the amount of money being invested as far as infrastructure from all of these different countries over the next 10 years. Where's the money? I don't see the money now. To me, that's lip service. And I'm like, I'm all about that. I am the state of Missouri. Show me. All right. Show me. All right, so with that being said, they had a meeting. Fed Chair Powell told Trump in Thursday meeting that rate decisions would be based on non-political analysis. Do you see that, Akshaya? Non-political analysis. So I take the tweets with a grain of salt. When they come out, I think people overreact. I'm feeling the Fed right now. The Fed, and he may still come to the party late, but I'm feeling him in regards to just waiting and seeing. T-Lou says Powell has always been political. I'm not seeing that. Because if that was the case, T-Lou, he would have cut because the president wanted him to cut. I think that the Fed is doing Does anybody agree with me with the Fed? All right. Does anybody, Powell, who says Powell didn't like Trump? It's Trump that don't like Powell. All right, it's Trump that don't like Powell. Don't get it twisted. It's Trump that don't like Powell. Powell's never said anything wrong in regards to Trump. He sat back all this time and said, we're going to wait to see how inflation affects the economy before I make a decision. So that's all I got to say. I'm just saying, I've never seen anywhere where the Fed said, I don't like Trump. I have seen where Trump says he's called Powell ineffective. All right, so that's all I got to say in regards to that. Let's go to the next one. Big story again. Federal Trade Court strikes down Trump's reciprocal tariffs. Federal Trade Court struck down the worldwide reciprocal tariffs and ordered the administration to stop collecting them. I'm going to see how that works out. All right. Can they stop an administration from collecting money? I'm just saying. The vet is doing exactly what they said they would do. I'm thinking, again, I don't know where the information is coming from in regards to the negative stuff about the Fed. The Fed is chilling and waiting. I like that. But does he wait too long? That we got to see how that works out. We got to see how that works out. In halting the tariffs, Trump ordered on Canada, Mexico, and China to combat drug trafficking. The judges says they fail because they do not deal with the threats set forth in those orders. The government immediately appealed, and this is just going to be a big fight. All right, this is going to be a big fight. How can one judge rule this ain't one judge. This is a 3-judge panel. It's not just one. It's a 3-judge panel. It is a trade court. So it's going to be interesting how this pans out. How about this? U.S. economy contracted by slightly less than expected in the first quarter. Now, interesting, this is 1 quarter of the GDP going down. If the next quarter the GDP goes down, will we be in a recession? Yes or no? If we get a second quarter of GDP going down, will we officially be in a recession? Yes or no? By the standards set by what a recession is, the answer is yes. Mukesh says no. I think that based on the literal name of or definition of a recession, the answer's got to be yes. The answer's got to be yes. A lot of ABB says no as well. I think the thing that affects us being in a recession is the job market. The job market still is not at a place where it's under extreme distress. Now, I say that because once the government jobs come off the books, because a lot of the government people who who left are on severance. After the severance goes away, I think the jobs number looks super ugly. Then I think if we get a second quarter of GDP going down along with job market contracting, I think then you have to say that we're in a recession. Now, I'm sure that there's a lot of people, and Ron is one of them, that says that we are currently in a recession. And I've heard it said on more than one occasion, by time we declare that we're in a recession, we're already in a recession. And a lot of people say the same thing, that by the time we say that we're officially in a recession, the recession is already there. All right, what did John say? John says, how you been? Oh, they're talking to each other. I don't care if somebody changes the definition, it doesn't change. I think, and Tila was right. I did mention that the Fed tends to be late to the party. But this is going to be a big story going into the next quarter when the GDP number comes out. PCI comes out, I think, soon as well. We got to see where that sits. Now, how about this? More Americans file for jobless aid, but layoffs remain low despite economic uncertainty over tariffs. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, I tweet out a lot of stuff about layoffs. And I tweet out a lot of stuff about what's going on in the market that I don't always talk about online. If you ever want to follow me on Twitter, just look for my name on Twitter. I got about 1,300 people who follow me on Twitter. It's not a lot. It's not a lot. But I do tweet out a lot of things about what's going on in the market. All right. So I do put that out there. Alexa tells me the temp and tells me not yet for shorts. You know something? It's warm here in North Carolina. It's muggy outside, big time. What's Twitter? X, same thing. Taboola, same thing. So the jobs market still is hanging in there. And even if we do get a second quarter of GDP down, we got to keep our eyes on what's going on in the job market. Now, this is interesting. Talking about the American dream and everything, average rate on 30-year mortgage rises to almost 7%, its highest level since early February. Now, I told the story yesterday of how Janet and I, what's up, Michael? How Janet and I have one of our kids living with us. She's been with us now for 2 years. Along with that, we've got two of our grandbabies with us. She's working, and you're looking at what the average, not even mortgage, looking at what the average rent is, even up where we are in Lake Norman, on the money that she makes, it's terribly hard for her to even get into an apartment. And I think that there's a lot of people in this room that either are in the same situation or know people who are in that situation. The American dream is to own a home. And right now, the American dream is being trampled on. Who are the people who are the benefit for the most part of the American dreams? People in my generation, Generation X, definitely people in generation before me, the baby boomers. We are the ones that have the opportunity to definitely take advantage of the American dream. And I'm thinking that a lot of people, a lot of people in this room are the same way. Now, you say, Glenn, 7% is not that high historically. The prices of houses is an issue. Why is it an issue? Because of the demand. And because of the demand, the prices on houses are way high. Number one. Number two, how much inventory is out there is a problem as well to keep the prices of the houses high. So I sit back. You're right. It's not high historically, but it's high in the current market conditions with the price of homes. Umbavid says, I'm in Cornelius. That's where we are, right? That's where VectorVest is. We are in Cornelius. We are located here in Cornelius. All right. So, interesting story, because I hear a lot of people talk about the inflation and talking about people, college people, the whole 9 yards. It's a tough time. It's a tough time to take advantage of the American dream. And it is what it is. My kids will never be able to buy a home at 24 like I did, says John. And I'm thinking a lot of people in this room are in the same way. Inflation has not gone down at all. It's just the rate of change. And you're right. Prices are not going to go down. The rate of inflation is slowed, but the prices are going to stay the same. How do we overcome that? We got to give people raises. And I think that there's a lot of people out there who are not getting raises to accommodate or keep up with inflation. Therein lies the problem. Therein lies the problem. And why are they not getting raises? Is because interest rates are high. It takes money out of companies' pockets to be able to take that money and put it back into the company and put it back into higher wages. So we'll see. And that's why everybody's clamoring to lower the interest rates. The lowering of the interest rates will boost the economy and will definitely help business owners to do more. But if the tariffs are going to cause inflation to rise, which we haven't seen yet, all right. Thank you for that, Tilu. I appreciate. We got a $1.25 super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Type the W's in the room. You get to see me dance like that. Type the W's in the room. Thank you very much. Tilu, you got to give me a stock that you want me to take a look at. Tilu, you got to give me a stock that you want me to take a look at. All right, $500 toilet seats. Yeah, that's the government for you. That's the government for you. We've known about $500 toilet seats for the longest time. But we've never done anything about it. Never. And that's what the Doge group was supposed to do. Big news on Doge is, again, Elon Musk is stepping back, which is going to help Tesla. All right, it's going to help Tesla. Lowering interest rates will make home prices go up, taxes go up, and insurance will go up. So if we don't lower interest rates, or we just keep them, what's going to happen, John? We're going to just be sitting in what we call stagflation. That's what we're going to be sitting at. A lot of people are saying that we're in stagflation. Some of us are saying that we're in a recession. There's a lot of terms being thrown around. The real estate is a mafia. I don't know if I'm getting on board with that. All right, next big story, Nvidia. Now, I saw this story. It came out about 10:20 this morning, as you can see. Nvidia beat earnings. That was great. All right, they beat revenue, which is great. Ryan put out a great short on the channel which talked about how much more money Nvidia could have made if there wasn't the restrictions in China. And you need to go watch that short. Is Jensen Huang talking. He took excerpts from what he said. Go watch that short. It is a very powerful short in regards to what's going on. But this story is outside of that. They want to adopt a new trading plan. Catches my attention. Why? How about this? Huang, CFO Colette Kress, and director A. Brooks Sewell will sell $6 million worth of shares. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So they're selling the shares to take in the money. Do they need does this tell me that they need the money? Or why? Why are they doing this? That's what catches my attention. The company disclosed in its 10Q filing, Nvidia did not respond to a request for comment from Seeking Alpha. 10b5-1 trading plans are widely used by various company executives to avoid the appearance of insider trading. Huang last disclosed that he would sell some of his Nvidia in July of 2024, and now it's come to fruition. Does this strike anybody in a negative way? Yes or no? So they made a ton of money, and they captured on their ability as well. Real estate is my. Can you help with the stock line? Tilu, Dell, I told you to give me a stock. Didn't I not tell you that? I did say that. Let's go look at Tilu. All right, Super Chat gets you a stock. Super Chat gets you a stock early. All right, let's go put this on. You want to look at Dell. Let's go take a look at Dell. Dell. I'm not taking stocks yet. All right? But this is because we did get a Super Chat. You're looking at Dell. What's Dell doing? No, Alna, I said no stocks yet. No stocks yet. I'm showing this stock due to the Super Chat we received. Interesting about Dell. What is it doing, Tilu? It's moving sideways. If you're in it, I'm not going to tell you to get out of it. I do show here, right here, an 8 exponential moving average. It is still above that 8 exponential moving average, right at a level of support, sitting at 112.88. If you're in it, I'm not going to tell you to sell it. All right, but I am going to tell you that right now it's taking a breather. It is undervalued. I like the most recent rise in value. I also like that earnings per share is higher than it was 3 months ago. RT verifies that the stock is in an uptrend, but it is cooling off. I'm not going to tell you to sell it. I will let you know you need to keep an eye on it. If it does fall below that 8 exponential moving average, talking about the technicals, looking at that 8 exponential moving average, if it falls below, I'd probably take some of that off the table. All right? But right now, I'm not telling you to panic, do anything. It's down for 2 days in a row, but it's still above the 8 exponential moving average. Does that help you, Tilu? Can you look up the Mask Network? So you guys know how this works, right? For every 10 likes we get in today's live stream, we get to look at a stock. Right now, you're sitting at 47 likes. You're looking at about 5 stocks for me to look at today. All right, I'm only looking at it right now, based on the likes right now, I'm only going to look at 5 of your stocks today. All right, you want that to go up, hit the like button. Wow, I thought somebody hit dislike. All right, I'm just putting that out there. You want me to look at more and more of your stocks, at least put some skin in the game, hit the like button. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the like button. Not a thing. I'm just putting that out there. The game is rigged. You just got to learn how to follow it. Dell is not an innovator type of company. It just sells current tech very well. All I'm saying is looking at the chart, right? Right now I'm trading the chart, not the heart. The stock is moving sideways, but it is still above a technical indicator, the 8 exponential moving average. Our technical indicator, RT, still shows me the stock's in an uptrend. The long-term indicator, earnings per share, still shows me that the company is making money. All right? Again, folks, the more likes we get, the more stocks we get to look at. All right, now I get back to the news. Next story in the list, Tesla. All right, Tesla stock higher as robo-taxi golden age begins with June 12th start date. We already know that Waymo, something like that, is already in that space. They already got their robo taxis out there. I told you about Toyota linking up to go with the EV toll, the flying air taxis. So, in my mind, as much as I love me some Tesla, I still think it's hard to bet against Elon. I think to a certain degree, he's behind the eight ball because he's got to get that out there. That's going to be the next tier level for Tesla is getting more into the robo-taxi. He did talk about getting more involved with that. That in Austin, Texas, is going to be his playground when it comes down to the robo taxis. Again, those are on the ground, but we got the flying ones already getting out there as well. So I'm putting that out there. 166 viewers, few likes. Wise up. All right, wise up. What are you saying, Niles? That I'm not doing a good job? That I suck? If that's the case, so be it. Why can't we get a lot more likes? Well, I ain't twisting nobody's arm. All right. Again, you want me to look at stocks? I think we do a good job of analyzing stocks. You want me to look at stocks? All you got to do is hit the like button. I'll gladly give you 4 likes on Tuesday for one stock today. Way to go, Mark. Way to go, Mark. As I get ready to take a sip of my Cafe Bustelo that I got from Mark. Mark makes sure I get taken care of. I love that, Mark. Thank you. It's still hot. All right, next story. A stock that I talked about a while ago. From Europe's defense spending surge, but still a hold. How many of you picked up on RNMBY when I talked about it? Just type a 1 in the room. How many of you picked up on this little-known stock when I first talked about it, probably like a month ago? Stock's done well for a lot of people. Just type a 1 in the room if you took advantage of it, because I'm still big on aerospace and defense. Ryan did a great video last night, by the way, if you hadn't taken a look at it. But RNMBY, Rheinmetall, stands to benefit from Europe's defense spending surge with a $63 billion order, or what is that? Euro order backlog projected 10 to 12% annual sales. Guess what, folks? You get another opportunity. You get another opportunity to at least take a look at it. All right, to take a look at it. The company's strong market position in land defense and focus on high margin segments, growth, outlook, and technological leadership. I'm going to talk about it again. We're going to take a look at it today. Boeing, still in that space, the aerospace and defense. Boeing CEO says he wants to crank up the 737 MAX production rate through the rest of the year. They've gotten a lot of love lately. They got the contract for the F-47. They're in the going for the FAXX. They're getting a lot of love right now. So they're still concentrating on the 737 MAX to 42 aircraft per month. That's a lot. 42 aircraft per month. Does anybody think they can do that? All right, in the next few months to boost the output up to 47 a month in early 2026. That'd be big. All right, that'll be big if they could put that many airplanes out per month. I don't know what they're doing right now, but that's a big number to put out and do it safely. The key words there has to be safely. All right, so we'll see. Got to get in early for the big gains. It's your protection and your upside, says Bernard. Again, and I know, Bernard, you're big on QNCCF. I'm not big on it just quite yet. Who's buying them? India just put in, wasn't India or the Middle East just put in a record order, Ron, for them. A record order just came out of the Middle East trip for 737 MAXs. All right. We have robots working for them. Now, must have. Something? Jazz might not be wrong. In order to put out that many planes, I don't think the humans are going to be able to do that. There might be a shift, but I don't think that we are negating the idea that there is eventually going to be a major shift to robotic workers. I don't think anybody can deny that. All right, whether we like it or not, I don't think we can deny that. And I think with this aggressive number of output of planes, you're going to have to think that it's going to be primarily based on robotics, right? All right, next story. You know me, Crapto. Bitcoin analyst says Bitcoin price peak in 22 220 to 330K range still possible. That's a lot of money. 220 to 330, a unique Bitcoin price model forecast 220 to 330 peak before the end of 2025. Anybody believe that? Yes or no? Anybody believe that? Yes or no? I know that our channel, for the most part, is not a Bitcoin channel. But when I see stuff like this, it makes me jump up and go, Even for those people, look at that. I'm seeing the people saying no. Even for the no's, you gotta at least, it has to at least raise some eyebrows to make you go, holy smokes, do I take a little piece of BTC or Ethereum? Interesting, right? All right, so I got to add more to the story. Hold on. JD says, nope, don't believe everything you read. All right, fine. I got another part of this. How about Pakistan announces government Bitcoin reserve plan? It's another country. Amid market fluctuations. Pakistan ain't no little fly-by-night. May not be a big superpower, but when now you start seeing stories about countries getting involved with Bitcoin outside of the U.S., I'm just saying. John says, I didn't buy Bitcoin at 50 and at 550. You're such an idiot. You're not an idiot. You're not an idiot. All right, I got one more story when it comes down to Bitcoin, Ethereum. Another player. There's three players, and I'm with Ryan on this. There's three players when I'm looking at the cryptocurrency space. I'm looking at Bitcoin, I'm looking at Ethereum, and I'm probably looking at XRP. Those are the three, maybe Solana. All right. No, Solana, maybe XRP. So there's four that I'm going to look at because there's a lot of crypto out there. Those are four that I would concentrate. Those are four that I would concentrate on. Now it's time for money to go digital. We're already going digital. We're already going digital. Closer and closer to that already. So I'm just saying that for those of you who are like me, I'm not a big fan of crypto. When I see stories like this, I got to say something. I got to at least say, things that remember the song, things that make you go, That's what is going on with me right now when it comes down to crypto. I hope it goes that high. It will be great for iBit and BitX. You know what else I'm looking at, Lee? If you're going to look at BITX, I like BITO because it plays a dividend. If you're going to play that, why not take advantage of all of the income opportunity you can? I like BITO. I hope we don't go digital currency. That will be a problem for everyone. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know if that would be a problem, Michael. It'll be a change, but I don't know if it's going to be a problem. All right, let's go to some of the stuff I'm looking at the markets. You know something? Today I was looking at what the markets are doing. I'm going to go back to the beginning of the year, and I want to see how far we've come. First trading day of the year. I want to see how far we've come. So everybody's talking about we're in a bull market, we're in a bear market, we're in stagflation, we're in a recession. I want to see where the indices are for the year. The biggest mover we've got for the year, I'm not taking advantage of the VIX. All right, the VIX is the biggest mover. It's the Qs. For the year, since the beginning of the year, the Qs is only up less than 2%. Does this give you more perspective of what's going on in the market? Yes or no? So everybody can talk about the tweets. Everybody can talk about the tariffs. Everybody can talk about what they want to talk about. This is what the markets are doing since the beginning of the year. This is it. If we take the VIX out of it, holy smokes, we ain't doing so good. And the IWM is down almost 7%. You know what that means? We shouldn't be paying attention to a lot of growth stocks right now. It ain't about the growth. Right now, we are still in a trader's market. The more aggressive trades, the shorter term trades is where the money's being made. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Type in either agree or disagree. This is a trader's market. It ain't about growth stocks. Something in for the most part, it's going to be one of two things. It's going to be the more aggressive trades. It's going to be more the short-term trades, or it's going to be the big names. And the big names will be driven by earnings. They will be driven by news. All right. Right now, this is a trader's market. And what do I do in a trader's market? I try to find the stocks that are making moves. How about this? I'm going to do something on the fly. How many of you want to learn right now how Glenn goes to find what the hottest stocks are right now on a day-over-day basis? Just type a 1 in the room. How many of you want to see me do that on the fly, how I come up with some of the hottest stocks to take advantage of today from a short-term perspective? I think sometimes, I sit here and I talk to you a lot, but I think part of the value add in our channel is to be able to show you what I do to help you make decisions. All right, good. I see a lot of ones. I'm going to go to the unit search tool, and I'm going to go to a search in the software found under searches, price, volume. If I want to find out what's moving today, there's a couple of searches in the unit search tool that will help me to do exactly what I'm going to try to do. 1, daily boomers. I want to find what stocks are freaking flying today, but I want to sort it by percent price change. Why? I want to make sure that not only that these stocks are going up, but they're going up on volume. Look at that. Percentage price change, also volume. So these are not the penny stocks that are going up 4,000% on just no news. These are stocks that are going up on big volume. I'm going to run that. So I'm looking for stocks. The 50-day moving average is greater than 100,000 shares. That makes sure I have liquidity. Stock industry group not equal to ETF shorts. Exchange not equal to the pink sheets. Watch list not equal to contra ETFs. All right. Actual price greater than $2. The percentage price change is greater than 10%. These stocks are up at least 10%. I'm trying to find the runners. The percentage volume is greater than less than 50. What that shows me is that these stocks are not only going up. I'm going to show you the percentage volume on these. Percentage volume, scroll over. These stocks are going up on huge volume. So the added bonus of that is that people are trading these stocks. People are trading. These stocks are not going up bigly, but they're also, look at this average, look at these. These stocks are being traded. So there's volume, which means I get in and out. All right, let's take a look at the top 10. Take this down to the top 10. Now, again, I'm not looking at news on this. I'm using the power of the VectorVest software. And this is something that's already in the software. What I did is change the sort. I just changed the sort, and I added the volume. I changed the sort, and I made sure I got volume. Look at these moves. Look at these moves. Let's go look at these. Let's go graph them all. Now, you guys remembered my 3 go-to graphs, right? Which graph layout should I be using to find which stocks I would want to get in today? Does anybody want to take a guess at this? All right. Does anybody want to take a guess? Out of my 3 go-to graphs, which one do you think I should look at if I'm looking? Now, keep in mind, these are short-term trades. These are not long. Good answer. There's 2 things right there. NPI, Janice, no. NPI is more so for me for a longer-term trade to make sure I've got trend. But the 3 and the 8 in the star search, and Janice, I'm not singling you out. I'm just answering the question. All right? I'm just answering the question. Because you're going to say that I'm hating on you today. You're going to say I'm hating on you. NPI, again, is more so for the longer-term investor. So I'm going to go over to the right. Let's start off with Star Search. All right. As a subscriber to the VectorVest software, you have access to this already. It's already there for you. You do not have to create it. You can't hurt my feelings. There you go, Janice. This is what I'm like. I'm going to make sure I'm on a 3-month graph. All right. Now, as I look at this, let's go put this on a 1-month graph. As I look at this, it's in the fast lane. What concerns me about this stock? Somebody type it in the room. If you know how I use the lanes, slow lane, middle lane, fast lane. What don't I like about this move? All right, what don't I like about this move? It is outside of the Bollinger Bands. And what that normally means is when it goes outside of the Bollinger Bands, it normally regresses back to the means. Now, there is something that I do like about this, Nancy. Look at the big open candle. Look at the size of the wick. This tells me that people are buying into it, and it's not a profit-taking day. I put that on a watch list, folks. I put that on a watch list. Next one, Zio. See that big wick at the top? One, it's outside of the Bollinger Band. Two, there's a lot of selling pressure. The move was made early this morning. All right, I don't think I want to take that one. That's a lot of selling pressure. I already missed that. Next one, ALZN. I like that it stayed within the fast lane, but that's profit taking. That closed candle means that this is the price, this is the open. Yeah, it gapped up higher than previous day's close, which gives me a green candle. But what I don't like is that the price has fallen or retraced from that level of the open. I don't take that one. Look at this one. I do like the move. This is a 1 month graph. Look how much time it's spent in the fast lane. Ooh, even on the pullback, stayed there. Nice jump today. I'd be careful because it's outside of the Bollinger Bands. All right, it's outside of the Bollinger Bands. I'm going to do something else on the fly for you in a second. All right, but I love, what if I could show you how to find the stocks when they first get into the fast lane? Somebody remind me after the last stock. Next one, HKD, big move, big selling pressure. This is why I read the chat. This is why I read the charts. All right, I like that it moved up today on big volume, but look at that selling pressure. I don't touch that one. ORIC, love the move. Sideways, fast lane, and look at that, stayed there until right now. Be careful. Again, another stock I put on my watch list. Next one, IMNN. I want to tell you, I day traded this morning and made a little bit of money. I like the open candle. I like that it's still in the fast lane. Look at this. Again, outside of the Bollinger Bands, what did it do? Retrace. This is why, from my experience, I'm teaching you that once it gets outside of the Bollinger Bands to the upside, there's going to be a retracement. And it did that, but look at the rebound today. I did day trade this, and I made a little bit of money. All right, let's go to the next one. TNGX, love the move. Fast lane, look at the pullbacks. Stayed in the fast lane, even yesterday's down. Look at the move. I don't like the wick at the top, but I love the big open candle. All right, let's go to the next one. Look at that. DDC didn't close outside of the Bollinger Bands, but look how long it's been in the fast lane. All right, I'd keep that on the watch list. And the last one, ELF, big move. I think that was an earnings play. That was earnings play yesterday. Outside of the Bollinger Bands, I put it, and you know why I put this in a watch list? Look at the move in the fast lane. How many of you want to find out how to get into a stock when it first gets into the fast lane? If you have Pro Trader, if you have real time, you have Pro Trader. If you have end of day, you have to purchase Pro Trader. But right now, we've got a search under Pro Trader called Star Search. I'm going to run it. I'm going to run it as of right now. Today, I'm doing some. Let me walk you through some stuff. I think that that's a good thing. Look at all of these stocks. I'm going to show you. Graph them all. You want to find stocks when they first get into the fast lane? AMGN. Ooh, I like this play. When was the last time this stock was in the fast lane? And when it was, look at what the stock does. Ooh-wee. Look at the trend. Freehand line. Check the trend. Fast lane. No wick at the top. I like that play. And it just got into the fast lane, folks. All right. I'm not today, Jerry. I'm not concentrating on pinch. Right now, I just want to show the generic Star Search. I will do another presentation where I will show you the pinch and why I like that too. But good call there, Jerry. How about this one? WTW, fast lane. But it went to the fast lane. No, I'd put this on a watch list. All right. What else am I looking for on this? I need to see where RT is. Capital appreciation. It's on here somewhere. RT. Oh, look at that. RT is below 1. I'd be careful with that. I'd be careful with that. Little sideways move. RT hasn't confirmed the upside, even though it's in the fast lane. That got into the fast lane. SCI. Look at that though. Still in a downtrend. Still in a downtrend. No. MDLZ sideways move. Nice move on ROIV. I put that. Ooh, and RT went above 1. I put that in I put that into a watch list. Same thing with REPL in the fast lane. RT is above 1. Oh man, how many of you are feeling the fish today? Just type the word fish. How many of you are feeling? And I'm doing this on the fly. This wasn't part of my routine for today. How many of you are feeling the fish today? Type the word fish in the room. All right. PRMB, sideways move. Sideways move. RT hasn't confirmed it. RT is not above 1 yet. Be careful with that one. RT is not above 1 on NRIX as well. All right. How many? Only just a few people? If nobody, if you don't like the fish, I ain't got to show it to you. That's all I got to say about that. If you don't want the fish, I think sometimes it is beneficial to not just give you and talk. Sometimes I want to walk you through the power of the VectorVest software. Again, for those of you who do not have the software and want to take advantage of what I just did here, you know something? You click on that QR code. You get 99 cents for 30 days. 99 cents for 30 days. Or go to www.vectorvest.com/YT. Some of that stuff that I just did was on the fly. All right? It's great to come to a channel and hear a presenter or someone like me just talk, Sometimes I want to put it to I want to show it to you. I want to show it to you. All right. So with that being said, now I think we got 87. I'm going to give you 9 stocks. Let's go to the viewers tab. Let's go to customer picks. I'll give you 9 stocks today. We got 88. I'll give you 9 stocks. Now you can put the fish. No. Now you can put the stocks in. Now you can Uber. 1. APEI. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. All right, there you go. You gave me 90 likes. I still gave you 10 stocks. You gave me 90 stocks. Get it from a subscriber for over 20. There you go. See, David, I do know you. I got you. Wolf. All right. Dang it. I told you how many likes was needed. But I gotta get Amir because CRW. Oh, you must mean CoreWeave app. You probably want CoreWeave, right? Did app go in there? Yep. And CRWV. All right. I said 10 stocks, and how many did I end up giving you? I ended up giving you 13 stocks. No more stocks. That's enough. All right, David, I had to see the name. David is a subscriber. He's got a search in the software, by the way. If you don't know, it's called Silber Singles. That is David Silber, who put that search into the VectorVest software. So I saw that, David. Got you. Make sure you're good to go. All right. So looking at this, the beautiful thing about building a VectorVest watch list is that they're sorted by our master indicator VST. So the stocks have the best VST at the top of the list, all followed down the worst at the bottom. Interesting that every stock you gave me today have VSTs above 1. Not every one of them are moving up today. The majority of them have good upside potential with relative value being above 1 or right at 1 when it comes down to an ETF. Which stocks are going up the fastest? RT. Look at that. HIBL bigly moving up. Followed by Credo, HRTG, and so on. No stock you gave me today was a sell recommendation. All right, with that being said, Glenn, you tend to have counting problems from time to time. I know. I don't even. Why are you going back to that, Janice? Why are you even going back to that? Huh? Why are you even going back? You want to talk about that real quick? Let me show you just how good my picks were for the year. 2025 top top stocks. How about that? You know, it's tough. It's tough to go into the year. Yes, 11 stocks. It's tough to go into the year and sort of kind of bring to the table what you think the top stocks for the year are going to be. Even with the year the way it is, we just saw that the major indices are pretty flat for the year. But my top picks for the year are up over 9%. All right. You have 100 now. You didn't get mine. Amir, I just put two of your stocks in. I put CoreWeave. No, don't even go there. I put App and CoreWeave in there, Amir. Don't even say that. Why do y'all push my buttons? You know I went straight down the freaking list. I went straight down the list. I love very much, and it isn't. I love you very much, and you isn't get. Amir, do you not see that I put two of your stocks in there? And if you didn't, then you ain't looking. Anyway, look at the most recent move on the stocks, even with the given market's conditions. Let's see, how much money am I making? ROI, the biggest mover, Palantir, followed by Netflix, Axon. Three of these are double digits up. All right, double digits up, and more than 20%. The biggest loser, though, is Vista Energy. Google's in here. Vertiv, Amazon's in here. Nvidia is in here. I did put a quantum stock in here. It's slightly up. You know how tough it is to sit down and do the analysis to find out what I think the top stocks. Last year, I did well as well. What is it? 2025. No, that's all 2025. I don't remember what my top picks were for the last year. 1226. I don't remember, but I made money. You know how tough it is to do this? And you come to a channel to find out, you go to anybody else's channel, they tell you, hey, these are and go see what they've done for the year. Go see what they've done for the year. All right. I'm not afraid to show you when it's down. Look at that. It was down as much as, look at that. We were down as much as 23% for the year. But these are stocks that I felt were going to be good stock picks for the year, and they're coming around. They're coming around. There's no stops on these. All right, there's no stops on these. So, Janice, I wanted to bring that to your attention. Look at your list. Palantir is the leader. Yep, I know. Palantir is the leader. Axon is another stock that I brought to your attention, 24%. Look at that. All right, let's go back to the viewers tab. All right, let's go graph these. That'll be the last thing I do today before we go. These are your stock picks. I'm going to change this graph layout, though. Where is it? VectorVest graphs for YT. HIBL, nice move. I love the move. Watch it now. If you're in it, two down days, but still above the 8 exponential moving average. All right, just keep that in mind. If it does close the end of day below the 8, you might want to take some of that off the table. All right, you might want to take some of that off the table. What else is here? CRDO, love the move. I'm looking at 3-month graphs. Actually, at 3-month graphs. Long term, I like it. Rising earnings per share over the last 3 months. I like that. Let me take this off real quick. Joseph, where's my mouse? Take this off real quick. Look at the rising earnings per share. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher, right? I do like the trend line. I draw a free hand. Look at that hammer formation before the stock price moved up. Learn to read candlesticks. Look at that trend line, and there's that 8 exponential moving average. Two things are happening at the same time. The QR code is blocking the earnings. Yeah, I took it off. I did take it off. All right, CRDO I like. Look at that down, lower than the open, but still above the 8 exponential moving average and still in the trend. I'm not going to tell you to sell it. Leave it alone. All right, next one, HRTZ, TG. How about this? Free hand line. I got a downtrend on the stock. If you own it, you got to ask your question why. I do like that the stock is undervalued with rising value. This is one of those times. All right, this is one of those times where it's a bad time to be in a good stock. Where's RV and RS? RV is above 1, RS is below 1. This is more of an aggressive pick anyway. But look at the trade to trend. It's in a downtrend. It is below the 8 exponential moving average. If you're in it, I'm going to say you got to reassess why you're in it. Just keep that in mind. And it is consolidating, interestingly enough, sort of, kind of. Look at that. It is consolidating. I got a little bit of wedge going. This stock could be primed to break one way or the other. I'm thinking that it's below the 8 exponential moving average. It may have a tendency to break down below and keep on moving. Just keep your eyes, if you're on this, keep your eyes on this. Let's go to the next stock. Wow. CW, down day today. Don't panic. Look at this stock nicely going up. CI is above 1. This stock goes up more than it goes down. Yeah, down day today. I'm not going to tell you to sell it. One day doesn't make a trend. Glenn, can you please show the MTI with the 15 or 20-day moving average on it? Could we be rolling over? The answer to that, John, I will not show that here. Why? Because the MTI is for people who are subscribers to the software. All right. If you want to see the MTI, which I know you can, John, you can see it. But for people who want to use it from a market timing perspective, take a trial. All right. 99 cents for 30 days. 99 cents for 30 days. You will be able to get the MTI, the buy to sell ratio, the guidance, the color guard, all of those things on a daily basis. And it makes a difference. It makes a difference in your trading, in your trading. All right, Glenn, can you explain the two different Bollinger Bands choices, 20-day, 3 versus 20 and 1? All right, so Joe, when you're looking at the Bollinger Bands on Star Search, it's looking at 1 standard deviation and a 3 standard deviation on a 20-day look-back period. The idea is to be able to see, remember, Bollinger Bands are designed to track volatility. We're getting 2 different senses of volatility to see what's going on with the stock. We have the 1 standard deviation of the 20-day look-back period, and then we've got a 3 standard deviation of the 20-day look-back period. What it will do is by the dispersion of the deviations will create 3 lanes, 1, 2, 3 lanes. And that's what we use in regards to trading that. Joe, that was probably the shortest, most direct way to explain what you just asked me. All right. Folks, look at the MTI chart. Again, John, those are for the people who have subscriptions. The MTI is, you want to know if we're looking at a market top or a market bottom, that's what our MTI indicator will do. All right, 99 cents for 30 days gets you that access. All right, let's go to the next stock. Again, CW, I like. Aerospace and defense, I do like that. You know, HWM is another stock in the space I like. That's just a down day. Do not panic. All right, let's go to the next stock. What just happened? Joey, do you see that? Did I break something? Can I close that? No, I don't want. Joey, are you there? I think I can close that. Okay, good. I don't know where he went. All right. Here's one of your stocks. Amir, you said I didn't look at. Big down day on App 11. Interesting that it's got a level of support sitting at 382.94. If it closes below that today, I wouldn't mind you taking half off the table. If you need more confirmation to determine whether or not you should get out of it, here's the 8 exponential moving average. If it closes below that, I'm probably going to tell you it's a good time to take it off the table. I do like that the earnings are rising, that the value is rising even though it's overvalued. Long term, I like App 11 because of the rising earnings per share. Remember, earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher. Let's go to the next stock. Next stock. QLD, still above the 8. Closed day today, again, means the price is lower than the open. Still above the 8 exponential. I'm not going to tell you to panic on that as well. I am going to give you a level of support, horizontal line right there. Level of support sitting at about 99.50. About 99.50. You got a little bit of room to go here, all right? But preliminary, if you don't want to wait for that, if it closes below the 8 exponential moving average, you might want to take some of that off the table. Joey, did you do that? I don't know. I don't know if Joey's even here. He's letting me do this all by myself. Woof! Core Weave. 2 down days. Interesting. What do I got here? I got, looks like a bearish harami with follow through. Candlesticks tell me I wouldn't be afraid to take some of that off the table. Number 1. Number 2, let me guide you on further exit of the stock. If it closes below the 8 exponential moving average, good opportunity to take the profits. Or if it closes below this level of support of 99.73. All right. 2 down days, though, but I'm seeing a bearish harami, barely a bearish harami with follow through. That could be enough for me right now to tell you to take half off the table. All right, right there. QNCN, there you go. Tell you why I don't like this. QNCCF. Yeah, look at that. It's got to, for me, it's got to take out that high. It's got a rebound day. I do like the news with TSM. I'm not ready yet. You know what I'm looking where my buy point is, Bernard? That's what I'm looking at. If it gets a buck, I'd rather say about a buck 50. If RT tells me that it isn't an uptrend, earnings per share is flat. All right, I'm not looking at this long term anyway. But even from a short term perspective, could I jump in today? Yeah. You know why? Because it never really faded this gap. Gaps like to be faded. So it means the bulls do have control. All right, it never faded the gap. But, I'm looking for more confirmation on a lower dollar stock. My buy point would be about a buck 50. Does that make sense, Bernard? Does that make sense? What is the 3-month chart on TradingView? I don't have TradingView. I'm not using TradingView. All right, so Bernard, I had to explain to you why I wasn't really feeling QNCCF yet, even with the news. All right, so I've given you a buy point on that. Let's go to the next stock. Next stock is PEGA. I can clearly see that the stock is coming off. A couple of things. It faded the gap. The bears have control. The stock was above the 8 exponential moving average. All right. Fell down below the 8 exponential moving average and trending lower after it faded the gap. I'm not feeling that. I think that the bears short term have more control over this. Long term, I do like the rising value. I do like the rising earnings per share. I'm not feeling the stock right now, especially with the technicals showing me below the 8 exponential moving average. But I'm going to back up a little bit. RT, our technical indicator, does say that it's in an uptrend. I'd be very careful with that. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to give you a level of support. You're going to give away a lot, though, if you wait for this. Right about here. All right. Former level of resistance. No, you're close to it. About 94.30. If it falls below that, even with it being below the 8 exponential moving average, that's probably a spot where I would think about taking it off the table. Let's go to the next one. Wolf. David, tell you what I see about Wolf right away. I see a wedge. I see me a wedge. I'm looking for, it's consolidating, David. It's consolidating. Look at the selling pressure today, a little bit of a shooting star, which could be a possible reversal coming off this downtrend. I'm thinking that I'm looking for some more confirmation tomorrow, but that is a technical indicator, candlestick pattern that shows me I might have some more downside going into tomorrow. Right now, I'm showing you the consolidation of the wedge. If it breaks down to the bottom edge of the wedge, I don't want to be in it. Does that make sense, David? Not David Diaz, but David Silber. David, does that make sense? Today's candle is a classic combination of either a gravestone doji or shooting star, which could be a preliminary basis of more downside. Does that make sense, David? Now, I don't know the news on this at all. Again, when I look at these, I'm looking at the charts. I'm looking at our indicators. RT does show that it's above 1. I do like that. I'm not right now. I'm thinking it's consolidation. Has earnings on June 5th. Okay, then be careful holding into earnings. All right, be careful holding into earnings, especially after I'm showing consolidation. David, does that make sense? Let's go to the next one. APAI. That's a slow grind up. That is a slow grind up above the 8 exponential moving average. Undervalued, rising value, rising earnings per share. RT above 1. I like the play. But because the stock is riding that 8 exponential moving average pretty closely, if it closes below, I'd be willing to take half off the table. But everything else looks great about it. I'm just telling you to be careful, okay? Next one, EAT. Brinker International. I do like the upward move on it. Nice trend line going up. 8 exponential moving average. Undervalued, rising value. I got a little bit of a spinning top candlestick going on. I love the rising earnings per share, and the move is confirmed by RT. Right now, if you're in it, leave it alone. Did it break through this level of the swing high right about here? Yeah, it did. It did. So I got a lot of good things about this stock. I do have a lot of good things about the stock. If you're in it and you put it in the chat, I'm going to say leave it alone. Would I get into it? I want more confirmation tomorrow. But I do like the play. The technicals show me the fundamentals show me value fundamentally showing me as well. I do like the play. Next stock, Uber getting smoked like a pound of bacon. Good googly muggly. Woo! I'm not feeling that. Long term, I like it. Short term, below the 8. It is above value, but value is rising. Fundamentally, the stock's got some moxie. Trade the chart. There was the uptrend. Now it's below. And it's below the 8 exponential moving average. I'm not feeling Uber right now. But I do have a level of support sitting here at about, $80.15. If you want to give it more room, we'll see. And I get one more stock. I'm going to answer your question in a second. Tempest AI, I'm not feeling it. Fundamentally, not there. I gave a buy point of 61. I see that, Joey. I gave a buy point of 61. Couple of things going on. Where's that at? Couple of things going on. It's below my level of support and below the 8 exponential moving average. I do like the news on Tempest. It was a stock I was keeping my eyes on, but the technicals are falling and the fundamentals are falling as well. I'm going to do one last thing. Let's go to Unisearch. Let's go to, Bernard asked me my top robotic stock. I'm going to show you something else. YouTube, I've got something called radar stocks, and I've got them on individual industries. Robotics. Let me see if I got a robotic stock to give you. Nothing. And what I'm looking for in my robotic stocks, Bernard, is robotic stocks had an RT below 1 last week with an RT above 1 this week. I got nothing to give you right now as far as robotic stock. Viewers, if I want YouTube Trending Thursday, robotic stocks, I have a watch list. PQR robotic stocks. Looking at the stocks on their own, as a watch list, I got 17 stocks. They have an RT about 1.27. I would look at CI from looking at robotic stocks. Tesla is up there. John Deere is up there. Intuitive Surgical is up there. Let's go look at Intuitive Surgical. View the stock graph real quick. Intuitive Surgical would probably be it, Bernard, but I need it to get out of its own way. I need it to get above the value of 577.30. Look at that, Bernard. I did that on the fly as well. Show me. What is it, Whitney Houston? Which song, John? Which song? All right. So with that being said, how many of you felt today was useful? Just type the word useful in here. I want everybody to type in the room if you thought today was useful. We did a lot of things on the fly. I'm going to start on my live streams to push towards some more of the show me behind the scenes kind of stuff. All right. I'm going to start to I think that's useful to show you and do a lot of stuff on the fly. This is what you guys could be anywhere else on YouTube, but you're here. I want to reward you for being here. I want to show you that we appreciate you taking the time to come to our channel. All right? So there we go. With that being said, Nick, look at that. I'm seeing a lot of new names come up. I love that. I love that when I can get some of the new people who don't chat to chat. I love that. All right? All right. With that in mind, again, thank you for being here. You see, all the major indices are still moving up today. We've given some great insight on where the market is and why you need to be vigilant, #vigilant in the market right now. With that being said, adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. I love my peeps in Hawaii, baby. 85 degrees all year long. Ooh-wee. Always remember, there's good people in the world. If you can't find one, be one. Odabu, bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks. See ya.